What's up, Thrones fans? It's Throne Runner here, bringing you coverage of the Holt, Michigan AFK Games Regional that had 55 players. That was last Saturday, April 9th. But before we begin, do you know these players? Please help me out. I'm trying to figure out who these guys are. I didn't get the names of all the players in top 8, so this is the top 4 video here. I just need to know their names so that I can get those videos up quickly. It's a Lannister LotC versus a Targ Fealty. But back to our current main event, we've got Brad on the left playing Lannister Lord of the Crossing versus Jason, and I hope your name is Jason. This was done from Facebook AGOT 2nd edition group research. We were told that your name is Jason, playing Lanni Rose on the right, so my apologies if that name happens to be incorrect. I'm just going off of my Facebook sources here. So again, this was a 55 player tournament. It was a very well run tournament. I have nothing but good things to say about it. The trip down there was pretty brutal for us. We did not expect a random snowstorm in April, but nonetheless we made it there. Like I said, it was a well run, very smooth tournament. Didn't have to stop for a lunch break because they ordered like 75 pizzas. It was unbelievable. So on setup here on the right for Jason, we've got Courtesan of the Rose, Orlena's Informant, Rattleshirt's Raiders, and a Lannisport Merchant with a Rose Road. And on the left, Brad has a duped Tyrion, which is already going to cause some trouble, as well as the Hound and a Western Fiefdoms. Or is that what it was called in the first edition? I don't know. You guys know what it is. It's the Lannister Reducer. So already we know that the Lannister player obviously wants to get his full icon spread out so that he can trigger that agenda as much as possible. He's one character short here. So yeah, let's see what they flop for their first plots. And if you haven't seen them already, the regionals mats are unbelievable. The same art that is on the box, I believe, of Wolves of the North, and the extended picture of the Wolves of the North card out of Stark. You know, the Wolves with stealth, and when you bypass a character with stealth, they lose X amount of strength, X being however many direwolf cards you have out in play. Waiting to see somebody do a jank combo with like a ton of direwolves, you know, Lady and whatever have you out on the board, and then blow them up with Arya or blow them up with Grey Wind. It would take way too many wolves to actually do that to a large character, but when it does happen, I hope that the pop-off is real. Alright, so we've got two guys mulling over their plots right now. Still waiting to see that first plot flop, as they just double check their hands and what they're going to do here. Playing the Lannister mirror match is interesting. I've never played a Lannister mirror match, but based on what I hear, it's, hey, who finds Tywin first? Whoever finds Tywin first is usually the winner. So I hear. So we got a first snow of winter on Brad's side versus what looks to be a noble cause. We got a lot of glare on the right side of the table. So my apologies for that. I'll do my best to call out anything that they throw down there. So the first snow on turn 1 is an interesting decision here. We know that it's going to bounce back his Hound as he plays a King's Road, so he's putting out somebody that is impervious to the first snow. As we see Jamie loves snow, bro. And a duped Hound, so he's here to stay. Nice play. And he's just double checking here, Rattleshirt's Raiders. Sweet. So I think he's passing turn here, going into going into combat with no gold, but we know he has Tyrion out, so he's not worried about that currently. As Jason here is now deciding, what can I play? He probably had a couple weenies that he wanted to put down this turn to kind of get some claim soak out there and keep his board up, but now he's unable to do that. The great thing about Lannister, though, is that even on his first snow turn, if you save that 2 gold, you can get your burn men out, because the burn men are so hot that the snow doesn't affect them. And we've got a Littlefinger drop, triggering to draw 2 more cards. So Littlefinger and Rattleshirts will stay so far. He's probably hoping to draw a burn man here, because we know that with 3 gold he's not going to be able to play any more characters that will withstand first snow, so he's better off either playing out a location or just hoping to find a burn man. And there it is, a second Rose Road. So his economy is up and running. And I think I saw things I do for love there, so maybe he's considering, you know, waiting for the Hound to win a challenge and then bouncing back the other copy. Or win a challenge, get discarded to save him and keep him on the table, and then bouncing the other copy. Not an optimal play, but who knows. So first snow kicks off. Hound dupe is gone. And Brad has a wide open turn here. He can get his all 3 challenges off easily. So we got an intrigue challenge with Tyrion gaining 2 gold. Stealthing Littlefinger. It should go unopposed here. But who knows with you Lannister players. And Jason with a mitt full of cards probably doesn't care to lose one of those, considering how many he does have. So he drops his burn man out now. It's a good choice. Better drop it out now than for it to get intrigued out of your hand. And then just leave it up to the golds. Look how many cards he has. Unbelievable. And there goes that things I do for love. So that is the unopposed intrigue, putting Brad up 1-0. And I mean, I would assume he's just gonna go in with all 3 here. So, potential power challenge with the Hound, discard a card, and then going with Jamie on the 7 strength military because of Over the Crossing. Or maybe he'll decide not to go for the crossing this turn. Who knows? Yeah, he just realizes here he can't defend them all. He can't win the military challenge regardless. If he goes in with the Hound. Sorry, win the military challenge on defense if he goes in with the Hound, because Jamie is only at 5. So he goes for it. So we got the power challenge of 6 with the Hound. Likely just going to go unopposed here. Yep, and Jason says unopposed, so the unopposed power will happen after this forced reaction of the Hound. So he decides to keep the Hound out there and lose a card at random from his hand. And he will lose a Rose Road, so he's not worried about that at all. Because we see some juicy cards in his hand. Looks like a Treachery, I put to the sword. I saw Gold Cloaks, Wildling, Scout. So, of all the cards to take, I think that was the one that he cared for the least, in my opinion. especially because we know that he's going to wait for the intrigue challenge by Jason, and that's probably going to pay for the Gold Cloak's ambush as military claim, depending on the order here. So we got a military of 2 just to bait out Jamie and open up the intrigue. Wait. So we got the Widow's Well play. Oh wait, never mind. This was Jamie on a military challenge of 5, defended by Burned Men with a Widow's Wail. Interesting. So we got the Lord of the Crossing power, Renown power, putting Brad up 3-0. And he put the Widow's Wail out on the Burn Men to avoid a potential put to the sword. So it's a smart play. You can't afford to cancel put to the sword with your hand's judgment. So just pray that your opponent doesn't also have a Widow's Wail and let him win by less than 5. So we got the intrigue challenge initiated with Littlefinger.
I will just your burn man? Yeah, I'll block and just kill him. Okay.
We got the Gold Cloaks to satisfy military claim.
Alright, so then no dominance.
Yeah, so she gets out that exit. And the guy turns around. Right? Yeah. And so she's like,
And if I'm not mistaken, Brad didn't take his 2 gold for that intrigue challenge by Littlefinger, so he should have had the 2 gold to pay for the Gold Cloaks, and as well as 2 gold to win dominance. So he should be up 4-0.
right, yeah. I was like, the concept is feature. Which is accounts. You look the other one.
Yeah,
Right? I haven't. We're talking about a well-armed man. That's not. Yeah.
I'll be first player.
She just hasn't created a 3.
Okay, so we got naval superiority versus calling the banners. Brad chooses to be first player. Jason's still not too worried that his plot has been canceled because he has the 2 Rose Roads out, so he's gonna get 5 gold regardless. Obviously 8 would be a lot better, as we've got 3 Tyrions now. He's here for the long haul.
Oh, Norm didn't make it in the top 8? Damn.
Wildling Scout. And for those who don't know, you can sacrifice a Wildling Scout to choose a character and give that character stealth. So it's very scary for Jamie. Opens up that put to the sword very nicely. So the Lannisport Merchant, a King's Road as the limited. 4 gold left. So that's more than enough to play Tywin right now. can play Tywin and sit on 1 gold.
No, it's not the show, it's the full size. Well, that's what, yeah. Talk something. Well,
I haven't checked out the size of that, so I'm really looking at the
And
different size handles.
I don't know if I miscounted, but did he forget Littlefinger's bonus? Brothel Madam. Because he got 3 from, let's see, 3 from Calling the Banners. Littlefinger makes 4, and the 2 roads make 5, 6. And he played a King's Road and a Merchant. And then used the Merchant, reduced Brothel Madam. So he should have 1 more gold. He did not take his bonus from Littlefinger.
Yeah. So I want to get rid of that. I want to get Kemper Pro later.
Which probably very well could have affected what he decided to play this turn. He could have had some other big ideas and felt like he was 1 gold short.
Right? The Kemper Pros are $7.50. So if I could just pay an extra $50, this thing has 45.
And it kind of looks like that's what happened here. Or maybe Brothel Madam was the right play. He knew that his opponent already spent all of their gold and just doesn't want to deal with the military this turn from Jamie. Slow down the Renown. Not going to Renown Town. So we got an Intrigue Challenge with the Wildling Scout. Also, what's great about the Brothel Madam now, and when your opponent can't pay for it if they're playing Lord of the Crossing, obviously, is that they don't get the Lord of the Crossing bonus. They're not going to be able to do 3 challenges.
Yeah, we can talk maybe. I don't know. I'll have to. I mean, I might not work because, like you said, Benson was going high. I could just buy another.
So this should be a block here with the Brothel Madam. Or no? So he's going to block it with Littlefinger, currently winning by 2 on defense. So, yeah, I'm assuming this is a paid off. It would be a shame if Jamie were to be paid off by his own family. So now this is interesting because with the whole paid off and Brothel Madam interaction, Jamie is supposed to kneel right now. Brad has the option to pay a gold to stand Jamie. And now by paying that 1, I've been told that that now satisfies Brothel Madam. I don't know for sure. And I guess they didn't know, Brad or Jason. But that's what I'm told. So if you've heard differently, or if you want to explain that ruling in the comments, feel free to, because I would definitely like to know if that is in fact true, or if that's just typical AGOT 2nd edition group banter.
We will. Blocking injury, block the military, get boundaries. I don't want to. Guess I didn't really get your cover. Okay, that. Okay, yeah, that's it for my attacks.
So Brad passes here after just the Intrigue Challenge. He can easily block Intrigue, he can easily block Military and gain Renown for it. So this might just be a pass on Jason's side. Because no matter what he does, Intrigue is just going to give more money to Brad for dominance. Military is just going to give him power because Jamie will win it. We know he has a Widow's Wail, but whether or not that's really going to make the difference here remains to be seen. So Brothel Madam goes in on the Intrigue, giving another 2 gold to Brad. And let's see if he remembers the Widow's Wail. So Jamie's going to block with 5. Because the Hound has 6 strength. And Rattleshirt's Raiders is not going to get to 6. It's a military challenge of 3. Probably either just hoping to bounce the Hound out of here or to get a discard from Brad's hand. Because at this point, he knows he's not going to win dominance, 1. And 2, he knows that Jamie's not going to be in on this challenge to get renowned. So we took Jamie out of the equation. And so now the decision is on Brad, who still has a Treachery. He still has another Western Fiefdoms and a Put to the Sword in hand. I love when players do that little, I don't know what you call that, shuffle there and cycle through their hand. It makes it a lot easier for me doing commentary. And Jason is now on the board with 1 big power. 3-1, here we go. This was a slower paced game at 3-1 after 20 minutes, but it's that Lannister mirror match. It's a lot of thinking, wondering what your opponent's going to drop out. You have most of the same cards, so whatever you're trying to do, your opponent's probably trying to do as well. Even though it's Lord of the Crossing versus Rose, it's still pretty similar with those Put to the Swords and things like that going on. So Brad does take dominance. He's up 4-1 over Jason currently. And we got Noble Cause, 2 summons. Jason wins initiative with the King's Road, so it's his choice. And hopefully the scoreboard is accurate this time. I had some trouble with it the last set of tournament matches that I put up. So if you do notice anything with the scoreboard, just let me know again as usual, and I will do my best to edit it for next time. Alright, so Brad is now first player. And Jason's going to search here. Does he search for Tywin here? He's going to have 6 gold off the top. 7, actually. 4 for Plot, 2 for Rhodes, and 1 for Littlefinger. And then he has the King's Road as well. Yep, and there's Tywin. So we know that Tywin is going to come out this turn almost 100%. I don't think there's anything that Brad can do to stop that currently. He doesn't have any meager contributions to play or anything that's going to limit Jason's money here. So Tywin is coming to play in just a second. He's pointing at Brad. I'm coming for you. I always picture Tywin with the Mr. T voice. I pity the fool on the other side of my finger. Alright, so we know who won the Tywin race here, and it is Jason. As draw phase, Jason just drew a red cloaks. Didn't see what the other card was. So he finally plays on that Fiefdoms. Reduces by 2 for the cloaks that we just saw. And marshalling action buffs up the cloaks by 1. So Cloaks is now at 3 strength, military intrigue. There he goes, he got his little finger monies. And let's see what happens. Does the table collapse under the godlike weight of Tywin when he drops this bomb? So we treacheries the King's Road. Boom. Beautiful play. But it's going to happen anyways. So he treacheries the King's Road. This time he's just not going to get to keep as much money as he would have liked. But Tywin is still coming out because we have the reduction of 1 by the merchant. And then he can easily pay for 6. There goes 6. And Tywin, boom. And does the table hasn't collapsed? Boom. Is the table going to collapse yet? I don't think it's going to. Boom. I don't know how the table didn't break. 3 Tywins out on the board. The triple point. Just staring down Brad right now. Just staring him down. And then brothel madam to boot. Yo, give me some more money. Gotta get that money. The Lannister motto. Or the Lannister words. I don't know if you guys have read the books or watched season 1, but I'm pretty sure when Maester Luwin was teaching Bran or asking him to revise the words and he got to Lannister and Bran said, Lannister, gotta get that money. Gold lion on a red background. Shoutouts to Sung Ho. So decisions. Tywin's now sitting at 8 strength.
Let's do intrigue with these two.
So we've got an intrigue of 4. These -1s. As Brad just explained that. Shoutouts to Brad, stand-up guy. Making sure his opponent knows. Got the Littlefinger block and the $1 Widow's Wail.
So then this happened. So I can. So he kneels.
So Jason wins. Jamie kneels. Brad pays $1.
We'll do.
Let's go, Krim.
And Tywin laughs because he's back at 8 strength.
Oh, reload. Yeah, the other one.
We don't need to. Don't worry about it. You're shooting how is that? Yeah, certain areas those are. I don't know. I think he trains right in that area.
We'll do.
My dad was in Texas. Yeah, he didn't have how. He had
One of my favorite things is Hollow Point 22. We fill up old candles with water and blast them out. Yes. So
I guess we'll do power challenge stealth.
We've got a power challenge. Finally using Tyrion's stealth here. Stealthing his daddy. Which puts Brad up 6-0.
No, I was trying to think like. I think it's just.
Yeah.
I think it's full finish.
Oh, nice. That's what it was. He drew a Hand's Judgment. Put to the sword, Hand's Judgment. Dirty combo. I'm going to cancel your cancel to my cancel.
We will. We'll give this guy stealth.
And Jamie now has stealth.
Military for
He's on his way to Dorne.
military for 7 stealth and time.
Military of 7 stealthing Tywin.
Like the Tywin setup.
No tricks. I got Lord of the Crossing and Renown.
Lord Crossing and Renown puts Brad up 8-0. And at this point, the put to the sword play is kind of unnecessary. I mean, Tywin has 3 copies on the table. He could potentially put to the sword, or have went for the put to the sword on the Brothel Madam because of her annoying ability, but he doesn't really need it because he knows that he's going to get money in combat from Tyrion anyway. So we had the intrigue by the Brothel Madam, excuse me, and then a military challenge by Tywin, which Tywin wins, and it's going to grab a Renown. So the score is now 8-1.
Yeah, I'll get dominance, and I'm going to take an action. And then, does the gold go away at the start of taxation phase? Okay. So that's all I got.
And wisely spent another gold to boost the Red Cloak in dominance as we move into, I believe this is plot 4, because we had on Brad's side First Snow, Naval, and Noble. So this is plot 4, round 4, 9-1, Brad versus Jason. Brad plays the confiscation, obviously to get rid of that annoying paid off, and he will surely stand his Western fiefdoms in a second. Fiefdoms, whatever they're called. And we've got First Snow on Jason's side, which is going to bounce that beefy Red Cloaks, and as well, it will bounce the Hound. However, unfortunately, it's going to bounce the Brothel Madam. But seems to be pretty good for Jason here.
Pretty neat ones.
If he can bounce back enough characters and maybe get a target kill on Jamie, then we've got ourselves a game.
That didn't work out too well.
Alright, so 3 from the plot.
Okay.
Another 5. Outside of the plot.
Yep, so Tywin's boosting that econ. He has 8 big gold on a First Snow turn. It's just disgusting. And here is Tyrion on Jason's side. $3 left. Can't spend it on a character. It would just be silly to do that. Unless, of course, you were playing Baratheon and could play a role or a character to kneel a character on your opponent's side, then have it come back to hand. You wouldn't really care about that because you're coming out on top. In this case, though, any character he plays for 3 is going to get bounced back to his hand anyways, and I don't think Lannister has any cool when so-and-so comes into play during marshalling effects. So this is going to be either an attachment or a location, and there it is. I always mix up the art on Lannisport and Castle Rock. I believe that is Lannisport. Sorry, not the art. I mix up the reaction. Pretty sure it's the Lannisport that lets you draw off of winning intrigue. Castle Rock gives you 2 intrigues. So he's going to draw. Oh, and sorry, yeah, he didn't want to confiscate the paid off because he can pay for it easily. My bad. So he gets rid of the Widow's Wail, the annoying Widow's Wail. Intrigue still Jamie.
We'll all get 2 gold.
Very luckily he finds a Jamie dupe. Unbelievable. Heart of the cards, OP.
Yeah, I'll get that. I'll try to ambush in the house.
Oh, you got a hound ambush.
Stop ambush, he says. I will. Yeah. Intrigue. What do I do? Do I have to pay a gold to do my intrigue? Yeah. You are going to win.
Okay, so pay a gold.
Yeah. I'll pay a gold.
Yeah, you don't have to. This one.
So
You have to go through the whole process every
Yeah.
time. It's like,
Yeah.
the intrigue challenge is won.
He knows what he's doing.
Tywin gets paid off. Gets an extra strength for it. Because got to get that money.
drop card two.
Sure.
And
The Lannisport reaction happened
Play that.
kind of late. Oh wait, no, it didn't, because we haven't done claim yet.
You just bounce the hell out of that.
Right.
Now, if I was the second player, that would be different. But,
Right.
So,
Yep, and was forced to take back his. Well, he was going to play Tears of Lease on the Hound, but the Hound is going to get bounced back. Excuse me, because sure enough, he's going to win a challenge. So there's no point doing that. It's a wasted tears.
I'll do military.
You in military.
We got the big body military of 9, 10, 11, 12 strength.
11. We will.
It is a summons into Unsullied or Viserys. It was like, and then I grabbed Viserys, and then I realized I had one in my hand. It was like, well,
Terrible.
I guess we'll just play that guy then. Yeah. He was the best. He was the best. Best game ever.
We will.
It's just cool.
Sure, it's unopposed.
Unopposed. Because he can block. We know he can block. He has 2 gold. He has the cancel. There it is. It was the right play on Jason's side, however. So we can't blame him for that. It just sucks that he did not have his hand's judgment. And I feel like most Lannister players play 3 of them. So it's kind of unfortunate that Jason hasn't been able to find his yet, because we know he had the decent setup. He had the draw off of Littlefinger. He had that Lannisport draw, and he's had 4 draw phases worth of draw. That's a lot of cards to go through without being able to see one of your cancels. So maybe he's not playing 3, he's only playing 2, or he's just having some very, very bad luck, or he just needs to trust more in the heart of the cards. Forgot his renown on Tywin. Brad let him grab it. Gotta trust in the heart of the cards. And Jason just passes, so 9-2 for Brad. And the situation has gotten pretty dire here for Jason. If he could have gotten that put the sword off, or if he was second player even that turn, it would have probably gone far, far better for him. So we have Intrigue Challenge, Stealthing, Littlefinger is going to go unopposed, putting Brad up 10-2 in a second. Grabs a little Guardian Caretaker. So yeah, if Jason went second, it would have been a lot different because Brad obviously would try to get his challenges off. He would just keep up enough for military, probably, and that would open up the board. It would give Jason the opportunity to get the Tears of Lease off,
Let's do.
or what would likely have happened is Brad would have canceled that with the Hand's Judgment, and then that would open up for the put to the sword and get the 2 claims. So very, very unfortunate swing here. And I believe Brad's went in for a power challenge of 6 with the Hound. And we know Jason doesn't have any power on his house card to steal, but on turns like these, as Lannister player going second, you generate your own power off of Lord of the Crossing, because Jaime's going to go in for a military of 7 to end it off, and that is going to give 2 power in itself, and he's going to win dominance.
Oh, I don't have one in my house. I guess.
Oh, okay.
You know that.
Then I'll. So you defend. So I win.
Go back your hand.
I will. Interesting.
Probably just leave him out.
Hand.
Oh, takes back to his hand.
Then we'll do military for 7.
We've got the military of 7 with Jaime.
I'm gonna try to put this.
Ooh,
Gosh.
he's been holding that all game.
Probably that.
So put to the sword that he's been holding pretty much the entire game now pops off, kills Tyrion, and then Rattleshirt's ready to claim.
Unopposed, I get a renown.
So unopposed with the crossing, renown, and Dom puts Brad up to 14 just like that. So it's 14-2. Jason's 2 are sitting safely on Tywin, but it shouldn't be too difficult for Brad to get this final power here, as we've got the safe wildfire play just to be first player. However, Jason decides to play the March to the Wall, so you would assume that Tyrion is going to go as Littlefinger drops out. And another opportunity here for Jason. He's likely going to be the first player and try to get rid of Jaime, dropping Brad down to 11 and maybe opening the window for a comeback as time runs down here. If he can clear that board, we know that Brad is light on cards.
You got 8.
Very light on cards. And Jason has 8 gold here, so he could flood out some characters and see if he can prolong this game any. We got the merchant out. Cersei now.
How do you like that? I haven't.
Okay, so well, number one in my deck, if I run out of cards, what ended up happening is I was putting in coppers, but
It's just difficult because if Jason wins a power challenge, Brad drops to 13. All that Brad has to do is win 1 military. He can give up everything unopposed if he gets 1 weenie out. He can give up everything unopposed and just go for a military win with Jaime, and that's an automatic power. If you can get 3 challenges off somehow and win with Jaime, that's automatic 2 power. So as he drops another fiefdoms, we know he's got the Hound in hand, who he can play for free now, and then potentially drop another character. The Brothel Madam, though, makes it a little bit difficult without Tyrion around. No Hound ambush.
And for the... Oh, that thing. That thing. It's like, gosh. And then these...
Oh, right, and paid off, I guess.
Let's... You got... Interesting. Gosh. What do you think? So you've got one... Well, you got 6. So actually...
So we got a reduction of 3 for the Hound. There's another 2. Nice. For the Wildling Scout to get some stealth on a character that needs it. Brothel Madam. And so now, it's a very difficult situation. There's pretty much nothing that Jason can do. Because once the Hound gets stealth, and he stealth Tywin, that's a power win. And he will get that claim. And if he even attempts to steal a power on Jason's side, if Jason attempts to steal one first, drop Brad to 13, then that leaves the power challenge, stealth power challenge of the Hound unopposed. And he'll still win anyways because of unopposed and claim. So at this point, there really isn't much that Jason is able to do. Not only that, but I believe Brad also paid the $1 to the Brothel Madam. So there's also Jamie's renown to deal with. So if you put Tywin in on anything, Jamie's going to come in for the win. If you don't put Tywin in on anything, Jamie and the Hound are going to come in for the win. With stealth. So you got the intrigue challenge, probably go unopposed. Or sorry, it doesn't need to go unopposed. Because you can still defend and then use the action to give stealth. So that's what he does. So you got the intrigue challenge. Defended. Brad loses his only card. So we got some good top decks here. He's lucky. Definitely got lucky with the top decks. And then the whole paid off scheme happens. Brad had the money to afford that. And now that's pretty much a lock.
I'm taking off. I hope you mount a massive comeback.
It's only good for the home team.
I mean, it can be duped. It can be duped eventually.
I guess. Military?
He's 6, 7, 8, 9. I'll defend.
So we got the military of 9 with Tywin defended by the Hound.
I will take an action. Oh, no, I guess I don't even... No, that's fine.
So yeah, the Hound's gonna go back to hand. Stealth.
I'll give...
Oh, actually, he doesn't even need that. Yeah. That goes back to hand. Or you can just claim the Hound. Yeah. Either way, it's fine. Because there's no military icons on Jason's side. So that is it. And they shake. Good game. Hard-fought game on both sides. It's just unfortunate draws on Jason's part. A little bit too slow for him there. So again, thanks for watching. Look forward to the coming rounds of the Michigan Regional top 4 and then the final or grand final match. And again, if you know those two players, if you know who these two players are, please send me a message either on Facebook or at throne.runner@gmail.com, Twitter, whatever the case is, so that I can get their names out and get that video published as soon as possible. And then I think I should be fine for the names of the guys in the final. I'm going to take those from Rob St. John's stream. So again, thanks for watching. If you know who those two players are, or know anybody who might know who those two players are, get them to fire me a message. And in the meantime, take care, and everybody have a fantastic week. Peace.